Alright, so let's break an almost 7-month dry streak of not playing any Fruit of Grisaia. And I'll have to just not go on another, like, almost 7-month dry streak. Okay, so I guess just to reiterate what happened in the last stream, I had to double check because we're talking about an almost 7-month, like, gap discrepancy between the last two. So, yeah, October 16th, 2020, I think that says. We're in May of 2021. So I do remember last time we were going on a date with Michiru, yet the tricky thing is Michiru seems to have a split personality. Well, there's a tsundere ditzy side that we're all used to seeing. And then there's, like, the more profound and more depressed Michiru that we only really start to see more of in Michiru route. So are we dating, like, the ditzy one, or are we gonna date, like, the more, like, profound depressed Michiru, like the other one? So I'm gonna load this, aren't I? Head back to my room, take a light shower to rinse off my sweat, boil my beans, and have my breakfast. While masticating steadily away, I ponder a certain philosophical dilemma. Do beans have emotions? Some claim that cacti sense human feelings. What then of the bean? They don't scream when you boil them, but perhaps some among them know how to use their bean. Plants might be aware of the world in their own unknowable way. Under such a hypothesis, even vegetarians would be monstrous mass murderers. Brandishing their cruel, shining knives, they gruesomely flay innocent carrots, chop their bodies into sections, and then consume them to the core. Perhaps we should put a price on the head of those habitually cornflake-crunching serial killers. I don't think that my stocks are depleted. There's no time to be thinking of idiotic puns. Without Sachi and Amane around, I have no one to rely on for the procurement of my foodstuffs by myself. Suppose I'll take a quick break, then head to the supermarket. Feeling the calm mid-morning sunlight on my skin, I'm almost tempted to set out for another run before my afternoon training. But there's no point to excessive exercise unless you're a masochist who finds pleasure in making your body scream. Of course, the act of running can be pleasant in its own right. I myself sometimes head out for a jog merely to change my mood. It's just a matter of moderation. Bosquar made a whole cacti quote an inside joke. I see. Then again, receiving a mountain of nuts outside my room this spring from my grateful forest friends will be a serious nuisance. I think I'll consume these beans on my own. With as much in stock, my basic needs should be met for some time. What on earth is that? There's a woman acting strangely in front of her gate. She digs into the ground with her tiptoes for a moment, only to abruptly twirl around the circle on the spot. Don't tell me that's Michiru? What on earth is that girl doing? I sincerely doubt the outside world would prove nearly so tolerant of her peculiar taste in headwear as we have. I did tell her to tag along on my afternoon training, but that's still a good 3 hours away. What's her objective here? Tell me, Michiru, what exactly are you doing out here? After this undignified shriek of surprise, Michiru stares at me with a blank, dumbstruck expression. From all experiences, from all appearances, she seems to be in a state of shock. Is there something wrong with the girl? How can you play visual novels for as long as he does? I don't think I'm in a position to answer this question. If anyone is aware of the fact that I was almost on a 7-month hiatus playing Fruit of Grisaia, then I don't think I'm, like, the suitable kind of person to answer this question. It's only clear now that I've approached her, but she has numerous bandages on her fingertips. Don't tell me that mangy cat bit her and passed on some strange disease. I did vaccinate the thing, but maybe it was too late. Hello? Do you recognize me? Pull yourself together. Hey. Well, you wait long? Say what? Like I said, did I keep you waiting? An improbable theory pushes its way to my mind. Please don't tell me she seriously come to our meeting place a full 3 hours early. What's wrong? Come on. Why the weird look? Michiru, my friend, it's still a good 3 hours before the arranged time. When asked did you wait long, I can only respond no, in fact I hadn't even begun. That's good then. Is this like really even hearing what I'm saying to her? Okay, Michiru, listen carefully. I'm just coming back from shopping at the supermarket by the station. And my training isn't for hours. I wasn't waiting for you, and I'm not going yet. What's that mean? Huh? Can you seriously not understand this? My supermarket bag's still dangling from both hands. I stand there dumbfounded. The girl's completely off her own little world. What's that? Training? Beans? Michiru peers in my plastic bags with a face full of confusion. Beans have nothing to do with training. Listen, I'm going to head back to my room to drop these off, so just stay where you are for now. Guess there's no helping it. I'll bring my schedule forward somewhat. Almost seems like I came early or something. I've never heard the Wild Hunt, though. Mainly because I don't follow too many visual novels. Of course, 4 to 5 hour long raw episodes of visual novels pretty much daily. Literally haven't even done that in like over half a year, so... I don't know how to answer that question again. As to how you played that many for that long. I wasn't even playing, like, I don't even know if I was playing that much Terraria Calamity daily, and that's something I really just couldn't stop doing. Cat? Yes, the one in your cranium. My cranium. Ah, it's true! Come on, kitty meow. Get off. I've got a date. You're disturbing me, woman. Alright then, stand by for the moment. Understood? Honestly, I have no idea what the girl's thinking. I only said she could come along for my training, right? What part of that prompted that simpering grin? In the first place, is she seriously planning to run those clothes? Even a pair of sneakers would have earned partial credit, but no such luck. Then again, hardly any point in complaining now. I'm the one who authorized her to accompany me. Suppose after all with it. German guy with glasses. Oh, the one I was looking at just before? Wait, she's gonna go running in this? With Yuji of all people? Oh, no way! When did that happen? How do you not notice something like that? Are the nerves in your head not functional? Some German guy with glasses. Let me guess. We're not talking about frame perfection, right? Come on, kitty meow. It's just for today, okay? I'll play with you later. Come on. That was close. I have no idea what was close to what, strange woman. Why place a cat on your cranium? Perhaps she's aware that US Marines use the tie ropes around their heads to enable allies. Hide in the rigging to distinguish friend from foe? You can just wear a hat with a 4-leaf emblem on the top. That insignia is something like an iconized version of the rope they used in the old days. Yeah, I'll do that! I think he said a hat would look good on me. He has long hair like Frame Perfection. Well, I don't know if Frame Perfection still has, like, long hair these days. I don't think so. I have to say that your clothes today leave a different impression than usual. What? Oh, no. Really? Can you tell? Yeah, I get the feeling you put in some real effort. I didn't put in any effort. These are just my casual clothes. Totally normal. I mean, I found these clothes lying around the mountains, actually. That a fact? My impression was that you bought several outfits yesterday and carefully chose this one from the menu you tried out this morning. Was I mistaken? What makes you think that? You weren't in the dorm much yesterday and you came back with bags from clothing stores in both hands. Also, I heard you clattering around first thing this morning. That's not true! So stupid! Okay then, let's commence the day training. Day training! Alright, here we go! You're a troublesome one, woman. Come on, Yuji, you too! Oh, that test? That was fun. Where's your energy? Come on! Hey! What's the matter, Yosaku? I thought we were being energetic? Who are you calling Yosaku? Yeah. You. This. Blah. Something wrong? Why do you keep running in the exact same place? First it was endlessly circling around the school, now it's just going back and forth. It's easier to calculate your distance that way, right? And consistent road conditions are best for training purposes. Maybe so, but... Look. 3 hours with no break? Come on. We took regular breaks, didn't we? 5 minutes every hour? What's the problem? Short. Ridiculously. Brutally short. Hey. Aren't you hungry? Let's give it a rest for now, okay? I suppose you have a point. It is around that time of day. A somewhat lengthy break might be in order. Yeah. Let's do that. Break time. Let's head over there. It should be a great spot for a picnic. No picnic. We're going back to the dorm, eating there, and then resuming our training. Don't wanna. Not that sort of a break. Come on, let's go spread out a sheet over there and do some box lunch training. Okay? Yeah? Well, short version, in case you're wondering. I know, right? Great. Okay then. Let's go. And now she's energetic all of a sudden. Oh, the cat's back. Okay, how did the cat follow her all the way up here? Wait, then again, isn't this the place where she met the cat or something? I'm trying to remember, didn't she meet Kitty Meow here or something? Okay, if so, then maybe that's how the cat found this place. That would make sense. What now? Your head. Don't know what you're talking about! Anyway, I'm going to put down the sheet now, okay? Michiru retrieves a woven wooden basket from somewhere or other, thrusts her hand inside, and withdraws a plastic picnic sheet. Okay, then I'll get this spread out right away. As she expands the sheet, it twists violently in midair and falls to the ground in a tangled lump. One more time. She tries again with the exact same powerful jerk, naturally produces the exact same results. Impressive in a way. Such utter ineptitude at something as basic as spreading out a sheet must be fairly rare. Give it here, I'll do it. Yeah. Like so, and so. Amazing! Yuji? Are you actually a plastic sheet pro? There's no such profession. Come on, what about those guys in the city with the sheets and cardboard boxes and... Stop. Please, say no more. I understand. Yes, those people are pros. I'm an amateur. Alright then. Let us take a seat, why don't we? Carefully taking off her shoes, Michiru sits down on the soft plastic sheet. When I remove my sneakers and fall, she places their shoes on the four corners of the sheet. When you do this, it can't flip over, see? True enough. Clever. Well then. I think it's about time to bring out the lunch. Okay? Yuji-kun, what do you think we have here? Sandwiches, I imagine. What makes you think that? You normally don't make your own food, so it seems unlikely that you cooked rice and prepared side dishes. The sandwich just involves cutting bread and stuffing in ingredients, so it strikes me as the more plausible possibility. Also, those band-aids on your fingers. I initially thought you might have been scratched by the cat, but now I'm thinking you nicked yourself with a kitchen knife. So anyway, what'd you make? Sandwiches. I see, we'll get on with it. All this talking made me hungry. Really? Okay then. Better eat it all up. The girl places her offering on the sheet. It's an entire loaf of plain bread, its interior gouged out and stuffed with salad. I'd fully expect their cooking to be incompetent, but I never anticipated such a novel technique. I don't think you can call this a sandwich, actually. Yeah. Since you've exercised a lot, I thought a bread cave might be better than a normal sandwich, you know? Boys like their food big and filling, right? I'm not going to eat this thing. Isn't that cruel? I worked so hard to make this. Not relevant. I don't like your disrespectful treatment of valuable provisions. I suppose there's no helping it today, but expect severe punishment the next time you pull a stunt like this. Severe punishment? Like what? A slap to the face? Not that. Anything but that. Okay then. I'll be careful next time. Why are you laughing? I mean, you said next time. That means we'll have another picnic lunch like this sometime, right? That's not what I meant. I'm just telling you to treat food with respect. Sure, it's all good. Go ahead and eat, okay? Wait, what did we just do? Text. Which of these is history again? Oh, it was F8, I remembered. I seem to have done something. I grab Michiru by her twin tails, pull her face to extreme close range, and repeat myself. Hold it, it's not all good. Listen carefully. Treat food with respect. Yes. Alright, glad to see you've got the message. What the heck was that? So scary. Don't have to act like that on their first date. Quit your whining, well then. I'll have some. That was a weird grunt. Michiru's cooking looked beyond terrible, but the taste isn't bad. Not to say that it's particularly good either, but the gap with its appearance works in her favor. Or perhaps I was simply hungry. As I crammed the huge lump of bread into my mouth, Michiru watches with a bright smile on her face. How has she still not even noticed the cat on her head at this point? Have we gone like this entire scene without her even noticing Kitty Meow's still on her head? That was a weird grunt, and like, didn't even think to look to see if the cat was still there. Either way, you worked hard on that, right? It'd be bad manners to turn up my nose. Worked hard? Did I say that? Yes, you did. Anything to drink? I thought you might ask that question, and so I prepared this poo-poo tea. Never heard of it. You don't know about this stuff? You know that Let's Drink Popo tea commercial? Like I said, no. Don't really care. Hurry up and give it here. Seriously? But trink was such a hip new phrase, like, you know. Wow, I wonder what trinking is. Here you go. Tea. Tastes that a perfectly normal blended tea. It feels nice up here, doesn't it? Every time. True enough, I think I sort of understand why this cat likes it so much. Cat? Kitty, I mean, that cat. This cat. Meow. Relaxing outside like this, Michiru certainly doesn't seem to have like a problem child. She looks like a normal girl you'd find anywhere. What are you looking at? Nothing. Alright, guess we should get going back to the dorm. Alright. Want to, you know, do this again maybe? Not that I really want to, but, you know, we're both bored and all. I'm not. No, I mean, you're not busy, right? So we can do this again? Maybe? Yeah? No big deal, right? Michiru's completely forgotten their tsundere attitude and their desperation. She really is a normal girl, isn't she? Right down to the comical array of bandages on her fingers. Do you really want to date me that badly? That's not... You've got it all wrong. This is just a game to kill time, you know? This isn't a date. It's a make-believe date. A pretend date. Since it's pretend, we can do as much as we want, right? Pretend, eh? Yeah, pretend. It's all pretend. Since it's a game, I don't see any problem with that. You went out of your way to buy yourself cute clothes, so it would be wasteful to only use them once. I suppose you can play again. Really? It's just a play date, right? Combat drills, not actual battle? Right. It's practice, so we're prepared for the real battle. Yeah. Okay then. Sounds good. Let's do this again. The dating game. Yeah. For the time being, we're gonna run another 5 kilometers or so today. How about 20 for the next date? Yeah, right. Figures. You have a complaint? That's not fine by me. Yeah. After putting away the plastic sheet, we set off for a little light postprandial exercise. Think you can keep up? You can always head back to the dorm first if you want. I'll come with you. I see. What's the watchword then? Hey, ho! Michiru's grinning as she jogs towards me. Somehow there's a slight smile of amusement on my face as well. The wind is unceasingly pleasant. The sea below is infinitely wide. When I leave my room the next morning for my daily marathon, I find Michiru standing in the lobby with a beaming smile on her face. Surely this can't be what it looks like, but it's probably best to ask for safety's sake. What are you doing out here at this hour, woman? What did you forget? We're going on a pretended date, right? You promised. No, I didn't. Forget. It was impulsive of me, but I did indeed promise the girl more pretend dates. That said, it's currently 5 in the morning. Does she seriously expect me to play house at this hour? Oh, Farhana, welcome back. Physicists really wanted me to continue playing through to Grisaia here. The last live stream of this I did was actually over half a year ago, so I honestly have no excuse for that. Yeah, I agreed to that, but I have my own life as well. Running in the morning is my daily routine. You're aware of that, aren't you? Of course, I am. What time is it right now? 5 o'clock in the morning. So what do you want from me? Shall we go on a pretend date? I think not. As I may have mentioned, I'm going for a run right now. What? But you promised yesterday! Liar. Liar. Michiru's face crumples with disappointment. Girl looks about ready to burst into tears, but for the moment she focused on swinging her arms widely in my general direction. Her movements are clumsy in the extreme, but also unpredictable. Every once in a while, an amateur's haphazard swing can become a KO punch to the chin out of sheer chance. I take a careful step backward and attempt to negotiate. Don't jump to conclusions. Yes, I promised. I'm just saying that the crack of dawn isn't a reasonable time for a playdate. When can we go? A little past noon, just like yesterday? Seems more appropriate. 1 in the afternoon it is, but you better be there. Don't even think about running off somewhere. I won't run or hide. In the meantime, why don't you come up with some place for us to go? Huh? I can decide? Me, in other words, you want to make me the date? Pretend date plan? That's right. You have any problem with that? Come on, in a typical boy-girl couple, doesn't the guy think of the dates? The woman says what she wants and the man makes it happen. So we're not just doing the play dates, we're pretending to be lovers? Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's sort of what dating is in the first place, right? Right? I'm not wrong, am I? I understand what you're trying to say. In that case, we'll retain decision-making power. How's this sound as a plan for today's date? After a light round of jump squats, we proceed to the death-defying one-rope bridge. Then after removing any watches or metal objects on your person... Hold on! Actually, that's okay, I'll decide! Leave it to me, please! The blue one is just starting to come together. That's okay, I mean, it'll be fine this way. I'll pull this off perfectly, okay? Let's go with that. Right. Okay, see you soon. Michiru, my friend. Weren't you supposed to be a tsundere? Don't be ridiculous, of course I am. Go around all you want, jerk. Why don't you fall into the sea while you're at it? Okay, I think randomly wishing horrible deaths on your acquaintances is less tsundere and more twisted. Indeed, perhaps they just fall into the sea. If I do happen to plunge a watery grave this morning, I imagine they'll come to deeply regret making such a thoughtless joke. Every night I'll appear in your dreams, standing at the foot of your bed, dripping wet, resentment burning in my eyes. Alright, then I'll be going now. Wait, that's heavy! It was just a little light-hearted abuse. This payback is way too heavy. Where's the part about the falling into the sea? A little light-hearted abuse. Wishing someone just falls into the sea of their death. I imagine so. Let that be a lesson to you. I'll see you later, okay? Make sure you come back safely. Oh, look, you can say a proper goodbye after all. Should have been honest with yourself from the start. Shut up! Get lost! And so I was able to safely complete my routine. Daily training of this sort is meaningful precisely because you perform it without fail. No matter how small your stride may be, what's important is to keep steadily putting one foot in front of the other. Surprisingly, many people get it completely backward. When an amateur signs up for a sports gym, they frequently exercise for hours on the very first day without a thought for the consequences, doing more harm than good to their bodies. Workout schedule needs to be approached systematically to ensure a steady daily amount of exercise suited to your physical capabilities. Otherwise, you'll quit after a week with nothing but aches and pains for your trouble. Alright, so the afternoon outing. Still plenty of time before the 1 PM date. Throw myself down the bed to read one of the books Sakaki left me before her departure. Today I got a first-person work of reportage written by a war photographer. Unlike fiction, captures a vivid slice of reality, very interesting stuff. There's even a few comic anecdotes, like the time he tried to exchange money inside the disputed region, got handed a stack of newspaper bills with a few real notes on top and bottom. Clever swindle. Take advantage of the natural assumption someone's not going to cheat you so blatantly face to face. Simple, but effective bit of misdirection, almost like a sleight of hand trick. You're not going to see through something like that until you've cast aside your unconscious assumptions about what couldn't possibly be. Oh, the date's gonna start? Oh, hi, there you are. Yeah, hi. I'm trying to just catch up with, like, lost time with this visual novel that Physicist really wants me to continue. I mean, to be honest, I really should just finish it. I mean, after Michiru's, there's still, like, 3 other character routes, so still not likely to finish it soon, but depends on how fast I go. I might not take too long to finish, especially if I just, like, do this regularly. Some reason find myself unable to concentrate. The ticking on my clock seems strangely loud all of a sudden. I can't maintain my usual focus on the printed word. It's alright, I suppose I might as well head over myself. Mumbling to no one in particular, I drop my book and head for Michiru's room. Michiru, you in there? It's about time, isn't it? I knock on the door and call out, but receive no response. There's always a possibility she had to leave on some pressing business, I suppose. If so, she could have at least said something to me, but, well, that's her choice to make. The girl can do as she pleases. You're that same cat, aren't you? The black cat that's recently spent most of its time fused to Michiru's skull pushes the door open, poking its face outside. If there's animals here, it seems quite possible that Michiru's still in her room as well. Well, Michiru is sort of that. Alright, we're entering the room. Keeping an eye out for booby traps out of an abundance of caution. Inside, I find Michiru lying face down in their bed, breathing in the soft and regular manner of a contented sleeper. I was prepared for the possibility of something being seriously wrong, so I have to admit this is a bit of an anticlimax. Sleeping in, are we? And after all that squawking this morning, you're a carefree one. The cat hops onto the bed and licks Michiru's cheek repeatedly, but she doesn't even stir. Come to think of it, the girl tagged along for a full 15 kilometers of running yesterday. Hardly surprising she'd be exhausted. It wasn't a particularly impressive distance by my standards, but for a typical female student, I suppose it was a praiseworthy effort. Calling this woman typical strikes me as somewhat problematic, but I'll save that debate for another day. The cat and I look at each other and share the equivalent of her eye smile. Michiru's face appears to be resting on a fashion magazine. There's a picture of the outfit she wore yesterday circled in red permanent marker. Even after all that exercise, I'm getting the feeling she was up late last night. In which case, it'd probably be more considerate to let her sleep instead of dragging her outside. I give the cat a single pat on the head, causing it to flee immediately and turn to leave. Get some rest. We'll cancel today's date. Hold it right there! Hold on a second. I'm awake. I wasn't sleeping. Not at all. Just go back to sleep, alright? No reason to push yourself. I'm not pushing myself. I'm awake. Fully awake. Michiru forces out the words while glaring weakly at me with half-open eyes. Her claims rendered even less convincing when she rises to her feet and promptly staggers to the side, very nearly trampling her pet. See? I'm so awake. Listen, just go back to bed. There's no reason to pointlessly exacerbate your exhaustion. Not true. I'm not exhausted, you know? Just a little short on sleep. I see. How much did you get last night? About 8 minutes. I was thinking she was maybe gonna say like 2 hours for a second, or 8 hours? No, minutes. Fuck, I'm wrong. 8 minutes? That's not even a nap, woman. Get back in that bed and sleep long enough to secrete your growth hormones properly. Don't wanna sleep. I wanna go on the date. If you insist, let's get going, then make your preparations in the next 30 seconds. Not possible. Suppose not. You have 5 minutes then. I'll wait outside. Yeah. I don't know whether I'll bother to go, but I suppose I'll be there. Wait, what the hell did she just say? I don't know whether I'll bother to go, but I suppose I'll be there? So, she might not go, but she's gonna... Wait, she might be there? What? How long will it take this girl to get a solid grasp on the tsundere concept anyway? Why do you think I picked the Michiru route, like, not too long after I did the Machina route? Why do you think I find Michiru to be, like, interesting, just to put it lightly? In old movies, it often represented the time wasted waiting for a woman with a pile of cigarette butts on the ground. But these days, there's heightened social and legal pressure regarding both public smoking and littering, so it's become a rare sight. What can then take the place of images visual shorthand for a man kept waiting by a woman? A red battery icon on the cell phone you've been using to browse the internet? Not really feeling the atmosphere from that one. In the first place, it's so easy to send message these days that waiting in vain might well be a less frequent phenomenon than before. Still pondering these matters when Michiru appears, complete with cat hat. It's been exactly 5 minutes since I left the room. Here I am. Did you wait long? What's with the scowl? You have a problem? Didn't anyone ever tell you to arrive 5 minutes early to your appointments? Don't be ridiculous. You only gave my 5 minutes to prepare and I'm supposed to be 5 minutes early? What am I, whatchamacallit? Please define whatchamacallit. You know, like a mystery person that controls time or whatever. A mystery, time... Paradoxer? Paradoxer? Let's get going already. I'll leave you behind. No, wait for me! You got that? Don't leave me behind for real. Come on, wait up! Anyway, I came up with a date plan. Let's hear it. A 1-day, 0-night trip to the beautiful beaches of Mishima Cape, accompanied by the one and only Matsushima Michiru. Michiru delivers the line with all the triumphant flair of a strutting peacock. The beach? We just went a few weeks ago. That was no good. I really like to pretend it never happened. Did I tell you about this? Oh, was this after the driving trip? Was that after Amane's crazy driving, then just Michiru was completely out of it? Because she was just scared out of her mind by Amane's reckless driving that still somehow got them to the beach in one piece. While I was off swimming with Amane and Machina, she had been forcibly enlisted by Sachi to help construct a massive work of sand art. And in the end, the enormous castle they'd spent hours creating ended up collapsing just before they finished, trapping her beneath. I got covered in sand and couldn't escape, frozen salt as the captain of the Something Yam Falcon. Captain of the Falcon? And on top of it all, this kid from the neighborhood. I can say no more. Point is, it was terrible. It's a bit of a boring choice from my perspective. What are you saying? At least go with anywhere's fun with you or something. This is a date, remember? Pretend date, I believe. Yeah, pretend date. Just the two of us playing on the beach might not be bad. You really think so? No, but we're pretending, so I said it anyway. I see. Is that so? And so I set off walking for the nearest public beach, not rushing along, not fleeing anxiously, a simple leisurely stroll. Not unpleasant in its own right. What's up? It's not the... Wanna hold hands? I see, we're on a pseudo date, so that seems appropriate. It's a pseudo date after all. When I reach out, Michiru momentarily jerks her hand away, but soon tentatively surrenders to my grasp. She got a decidedly small hand with her thin fingers. On closer examination, there seem to be small white flecks on her nails. Are you eating properly? Your fingernails don't seem to be getting adequate nutrients. I think I'm eating a lot better than you do, at least. I'm not sure a diet consisting of cheap sweets and takeout lunches can really be described as healthy, my friend. Shut up, you. Look, you don't have to go picking at the little stuff like that. This is a date after all. Alright then, I'll offer a more date-appropriate comment. You're wearing perfume, aren't you? You noticed? I smelled freesia and pink pepper at first, but now I'm getting heliotrope and iris, with a hint of sandalwood and synthetic musk underneath. You can tell? To some degree. Mostly intuition though. Anyway, there's no need to wear perfume. You smell nice naturally. I take a look at Michiru's hair in my free hand. and gently stroke it. After a moment, I allow the strand of blonde hair to fall through my fingertips. It whispers against my skin as it goes. The cat watches me touch Michiru from its vantage point, nearly. A supremely irritated look on its furry face. I don't smell nice. I mean, I color my hair and all. So I figured it must stink of chemicals, and... You really think so? No, not really. It's a lie, like I said, I'm just pretending here. How many times do I have to say this? Why do you keep taking it seriously? I'm doing it too. This is pretend, so I'm pretending too. I understood the first time. No need to repeat yourself. You kissed me at first, I was just really surprised. Like, why would he do that, I guess? I thought and thought, but I couldn't figure it out. My head was going round in circles. Still, since I couldn't figure it out after all that time wondering why, I decided I shouldn't worry about it anymore. Just forget it, right? You know, even though I tried not to think about it, I just couldn't get you out of my mind anymore. It was just one kiss and I ended up like this. Am I just weird or something? That's all a lie, by the way. Maybe it's because you're not used to it? I doubt it matters that I'm the one that did it. Anybody would feel a little awkward over a sudden kiss without much experience. I can see how it would weigh on your mind. Does it mean anything to you that we kiss and all? Didn't mean a thing to me. It was just a moment of physical contact. Is that because you're experienced, Yuji? You kissed lots of girls before, so kissing me just the one time isn't really special or anything. That's the gist of it. No feelings attached. No kidding. I see. That's kind of a letdown. Of course, I'm pretending right now, so that's a lie. I'm lying too, actually. Huh? That was a lie? About the part how I didn't mean anything? Hold on, are you seriously planning to do this for every little thing I say? This is a pretend date, so don't take anything coming out of my mouth seriously. It's pretend, but how much of that was just this once telling me the truth? No, forget it. Never mind. I just don't get it. Michiru scratches vigorously at her head in confusion and dismay. The cat, surprised by her sudden violent motion, leaps nimbly away. It's all good. I mean, we're together now, right? We're holding hands and everything, right? Michiru strongly squeezes my hand as she speaks. The slightly sad look on her face belies her positive words. Sees my teasing has gone a little too far. Perhaps a conciliatory gesture is in order. Michiru, my friend, as this is a date, I happen to have a present for you. What? Really? Why? Huh? Yuji? Close your eyes and hold out your hand. Okay. After a quick scan of the area, I pick up a rock of moderate size lying in the dirt nearby. I then return and gently place this in Michiru's open hand. What's this? Kinda heavy. Also, really rough. Alright, you can open your eyes now. Oh, rocks make the best gifts now, don't they? Okay. Michiru slowly opens her eyes. In her palm rests a majestic lump of stone. Rock. You've wanted that one for a while now, right? I picked it up for you. Yay! I wanted this one for... Hey, is this because we're pretending? It's a pretend date, so the present is a rock you picked up off the ground? Right, it's a pretend date, so you get a rock I picked up off the ground. Now rejoice. I'm so happy. Doesn't sound like it. Move to tears of joy, eh? This is the hot color for fall. Whatever. No way, I'm so happy. What a nice surprise, and accepts my gifts with a great show of gladness. I offer rocks and receive joy in return. I'm confused. The rocks are so heavy. I mean, some of these things are practically boulders. Just throw them away when you're done. They're only rocks. Of course! Here we are! The beach! Yay! Oh, so heavy! Having stowed her bag and changed to her swimsuit, Michiru joins me at the beach. Seems like the girl rented a large air mattress while she was at it. She's dragging it behind her, apparently struggling with the weight. It's a good distance from here to the beach house. Must have been relatively difficult carrying a float of that size all this way. Again with that swimsuit, huh? What's the big deal? It's fine. Anyway, don't know what's up. It's crazy empty today. Pretty unusual since it's summer vacation and all. This area isn't exactly flourishing, I guess. When everyone thinks the beach must be packed today, sometimes barely anyone actually shows up. Not uncommon, actually. Lucky us, right? I borrowed this thing and all, so let's float out there and play. No distractions, and all you can swim, huh? Yuji? Why are you wearing a school uniform? The swimsuit-clad bottle blonde peers at me with innocent confusion on her face. She honestly seems to have only just noticed now. Strange woman. Listen, you didn't tell me we were going to the beach until after we left the dorm. When exactly was I supposed to procure myself a swimsuit? Right. Makes sense. Guess we could head back to the beach house and borrow one? But going all the way over there again would be a serious pain. Look, there's practically nobody else around here anyway. You're a guy usually, so naked's fine. Just go in naked. Just as Michiru says, even by the standards of this mostly empty beach, we found ourselves a particularly isolated spot. If nobody's going to notice anyway, going in naked might be a suitably carefree approach. True enough. Alright, I'll do that. I was It was just a, well... Michiru, my friend, I'm now naked! Oh, they actually played some fanfare? Accompanied by fanfare. They announced what they is now naked. So, you are... something wrong? Why are you looking away? It's not like there's anything wrong, but, something strange about my body? Nope, not at all. If you notice anything odd, feel free to let me know. This weird sound keeps ringing in my ears! A freaky fanfare! Fanfare? No, I'm paying no mind. That's right, it's my fault for thinking weird thoughts. I mean, we're all human beings, everybody. What's wrong? Sorry, I changed my mind. Can you put on some underwear at least? Please? My brain's about to blue screen. Is that so? Very well then. Don't understand what you're getting all red in the face about, though. Weird girl. I'm not weird. I'm not... You're the weird one here. Her face still flushed, Michiru runs energetically toward the shining summer sea. I trot along behind her into a sheet of warm spray. She looks back over her shoulder. Catch me if you can! And delivers an appropriate playdate line. I break note all out, dash and catch Michiru in less than a second, with a flying tackle. Hey, what are you knocking me down for? Isn't this supposed to be more of a ha, wait for me type of thing? My apologies. When told to catch someone, I feel it would be impolite not to make my best efforts to do so. Impolite to who? Michiru's astute question returns to my senses. Indeed, who exactly would I let down by allowing the girl to escape? I'm constantly obeying instructions handed down to me. My own will has no relevance. I simply carry out the task assigned to me. Okay, well... Come to think of it, we never actually saw the other Michiru this stream. Yeah, because from, like, what we figured out, I mean, you see it, like, maybe once or twice before you go on Michiru's route, but you see it significantly more if you do go on her route, that she has, like, another personality entirely. That's basically almost like a complete foil to what you're seeing now. Like, this one's a ditz, this one's just goofy, tsundere. Like, the other personality actually sounds smart, but is also, like, secretly depressed. That's right, take it easy, will you? Okay, let's try that one more time. Try to catch me! No, too fast! And you're already tackling me! Sorry, pure reflex. Gee, you look at you. All worked up like a kid. That's not really the issue, but whatever. After that, we enter the sea and spend some time splashing around the water. With no particular objective in mind, we mess around in the waves and swim idly under the sun's warm gaze. I think you could describe it as an afternoon well spent. Michiru's a cheerful smile on her face the whole time. Yuji, you're good at swimming too, huh? Figures. This is more like waiting, really. have to say, you seem pretty tired yourself. That's not true. I'm just a little low on sleep today. So you're insufficiently rested after all. Maybe a brief nap's in order? There's nowhere to sleep. Oh wait, maybe I'll try sleeping here for a little bit. Napping in the sea sounds kind of luxurious, right? There's a thought. Michiru carefully lies herself face down on the plastic sea mattress. Oh, okay. On the mattress, thank goodness. Apparently anxious about her bathing suit riding up, she sticks in a finger and tugs down the cloth numerous times. Oh geez, it's kind of wobbly after all. Feels like I'm gonna fall off. Don't you sleep on your back? Well yeah, but lying face up without a blanket is kind of scary, don't you think? Feels like you're totally defenseless. No matter how hot it gets, I always sleep under a blanket. For that one, there's nothing to protect you if an enemy shows up, you know? Who is this enemy supposed to be? I sort of get what you're saying, but the logic's a little incoherent. I kind of thought you'd understand, Yushi. Ah, right. If I'm going to be lying like this, I should put on some sunscreen first. I'll put it on for you. We're pretending, after all. What? Hey? Are you serious? Of course, you can't cover your entire body by yourself now, can you? I'll lend a hand. Is it making people do this sort of thing for you the tsundere way? Okay then. Take care of it. The lotion's inside Sameki. Oh, that pouch. I retrieved the bottle of sunblock from Michiru's shark pouch that I didn't know how to name until now. Thick white liquid emerges in globs. I have this thought every time, but this stuff looks like some kind of bodily fluid, doesn't it? You can keep that sort of thought to yourself, okay? Quiet down, laugh at me with that lotion. Understood. Here goes. As promised, I begin to spread the lotion along the exposed portions of Michiru's body. Perhaps she finds the summer sun hot, as her skin's already growing sticky with sweat. You said every time, right? Does that mean you're putting sunscreen on girls all the time? Not quite. When you're somewhere with intense sunlight, the stuff is a necessity. In Japan, it's usually nothing worth worrying about, but depending on the country, you could end up with debilitating or even fatal sunburns. That a fact? What's wrong? That tickle? Just a little. I'm fine for your information. Can I ask you one more question? When you go swimming in the ocean with sunblock on, wouldn't it pollute the environment or something? Some people will probably tell you this stuff's helping to kill the world's coral reefs, but the cosmetics companies would probably say typical use won't cause any adverse impacts. There are various opinions depending on how you look at it. It's not a question that can be answered simply and decisively either way. You know everything, don't you, Yuji? Not true. The world's overflowing with things I don't know. If you order me to hum a tune, for example, from the current #1 musician on the Japanese charts, I'd probably need some time. I thoroughly and gently spread the sunblock across the back of Michiru's body. When I'm satisfied with my handiwork, I give her a light smack on the rear and speak. Alright, other side, flip over. What? Over? Like, over? You're joking, right? Why so reluctant, woman? Do you want to turn into a reversey stone? Having your front and back completely different colors would probably seem slightly unnatural. I don't, but come on, the other side's a little... Quit whining and flip over. Here we go. Oh, hold on. This is kind of embarrassing, you know? Don't squirm too much, you'll fall off. Come on, It's shaking! Trembling like a newborn fawn, Michiru reluctantly settles her body face up on the mattress. Hold on, what do you think you're looking at? Cut it out. The girl tries her best to put up a tough front after the fact, but it's comically unconvincing. Her delivery is so strained and artificial, you'd think she was reading the words off a script. We done squawking now? I'm ready to put this stuff on you, if that's alright. Yeah. Michiru finally grows docile, apparently resigned to her fate. Taking the bottle of sunblock in hand, I squirt out another glob and begin applying it to her lower body. The girl darts her eyes back and forth restlessly, looking at anything but me. Why are you starting from the bottom? Because it's closer to me. No other reason. Is that so? What's wrong? Feeling anything? What are you saying? I wasn't implying anything strange, just wondering if you're feeling the sunblock starting to work. Is that all? How am I supposed to know that, anyway? It just feels slimy, you know? I lathered the white liquid across her thighs, the back of her knees and her ankles, thoroughly coating every inch of exposed skin. I guess just to reiterate, we are applying sunblock. Sunscreen, just to reiterate. I can feel Michiru's light leg hair sticking flat against her skin as I rub the lotion in. Apparently this bothers the girl somewhat, judging by the anxious little glances she's now sending in my direction. What's wrong? Self-conscious about the hair? I don't know if I should be getting rid of my fuzzy leg hair or not, you know? But I don't see it. They say shaving it off only makes it thicker and all. I mean, at least I can't see it myself. When you shave, you're cropping off the light, thin part of the hair, leaving behind the fat roots at the surface of your skin. That's what makes it look thicker for a while. It's not like you're really getting any hairier. Okay, I'll shave them from now on. Or would it be better not to? Don't ask me, woman. Do what you want. A little fuzz on your legs is hardly worth worrying about either way. Alright, time for the upper body. Yeah. I resume my systematic lotion smear campaign. Tracing my hands from Michiru's shoulders down to her upper arms. Through the elbow and all the way to her fingertips. With every stroke, she wiggles her body and lets out little sighs. What's wrong? Feeling anything? Can we just take a moment to appreciate the sound effects of... Okay, I've never heard my sunblock sounding like this. My sunblock has never sounded like this. The effect of the sunblock? I was referring to physical pleasure. Is Frontwing trying to, like, perhaps get me a strike on my YouTube channel or something? Are they trying to get me a strike or something? Shouting in protest, Michiru lifts her upper body from the float, and in that instant, a wave comes rolling in alongside her. What? No! Tumbling from a plastic perch, she falls headfirst in the sea. Well, that works too. They say being in the water reduces your exposure to UV radiation. Yeah. For some reason, this news doesn't seem to cheer Michiru up much. Her twin tails float limply on the surface of the sea like two pitiful strands of oddly colored seaweed. By the time Michiru manages to drag herself to the back of the beach, her skin's taken on a warm red glow. Guess I really should have finished the job after all, huh? Shut up, you. I mean, that was just... our jerk. What should we do with ourselves? There's still plenty of daylight left. Want to try a triathlon next? No, I do not. I'm going home for the day. So tired. Alright then, I'll walk you back to the dorm. Really? This is a date after all, of sorts. Right, yeah, figures. Actually, I think I'll pass. Michiru delivers this answer with a strangely forlorn expression on her face. Why is that? Aren't we pretending? Yeah, but you don't have to do that. You'd feel a little pathetic. Oh, that's nothing. Okay then. Later. Later works for me, but from the way things look, it's going to be another titanic struggle for her to get that float back to the beach house. Is the refusal to even try asking for help another aspect of the tsundere act? Or perhaps the girl's just helplessly awkward. Okay, so I guess we're no longer at the beach. What's truth and what's fiction? Is this real or a dream? Where am I? Where aren't I? All of a sudden, many things feel unclear to me. Every once in a while, when I'm alone, I abruptly lose my bearings. Is it really alright for me to be here? To keep on living like this? My doubts gather into a dense mass of uneasiness that threatens to swallow me up like a black hole. I came to this school under the pretense of being a student, but I'm still myself. No matter how carefully I smooth down my surface, but the real me just isn't going to disappear. So when Michiru came to me with her pretend lover's proposal, I was more relieved than exasperated. Now I have an excuse to live a lie. This hasn't proven to be so straightforward, it's just a game, isn't it? Plain and simple, and yet sometimes the simplest things can be surprisingly difficult to fully understand. To be honest, I'm more than a little perplexed at the moment. My real feelings seem to have gotten lost in some obscure fold of my brain, and I'm not having much luck finding them again. And I'm pretty sure she's feeling the same way. What's real and what's make-believe? Who am I and who aren't I? Let's go on another date. Michiru has been dropping by my room on more or less a daily basis recently. Her objective, of course, is to drag me out on pretend dates. Although I agreed to play along with the intention of killing some time, my thoughts on the matter are gradually growing muddled and unclear to me. Why exactly do I keep humoring her like this? You can call this a mutual crime, I suppose. We're both play-acting feelings that aren't real, collaboratively perpetuating a fantasy. I'm talking to you. Yuji, what's wrong? That's part of my deliberate decision not to lock the door. Am I being too soft on the girl? Nothing, but isn't it about time? Isn't it about time we end this relationship? But if I put it that way, it sounds like we're talking about a real breakup. There shouldn't be any need to take this game so seriously. About time for what? About time for, that? What's that supposed to be? You know, that! Stupid. Abandoning my flustered companion, I abruptly exit my room. Why does this feel so uncomfortable? It's like I'm living inside a man-made miniature garden with some cosmic voyeur watching me from far above. Don't just leave me behind. So anyway, I got a place I want to go today. What now? Look, I agreed to play house with you, but there are limits. Give me a break, Yuji. You're having fun too. I open my mouth to refute it, but find myself at a loss for words. The snappy retort I was expecting just doesn't come. Well, where do you want to go then? It's a surprise. You'll find out when we get there. Let's bring lunches and have another picnic. Not necessary, I don't want to spend that much time. What the heck? Jeez. Fine, whatever. Alright then, go wait outside like always. While waiting for Michiru, I reflect on the fact that our classmates will be returning to the dorm soon. Once they're back, will Michiru revert to her original tsundere state? Will we go back to the normal routine, as if this time we spent together never happened? Not that it's really any of my concern, but it's her problem. Here I am, darling! Darling? Even for the sake of authenticity, I'm pretty reluctant to start calling you honey. What's the big deal? I want to get fired up, so I'm just pretend calling you that. Don't worry about it. Easy for you to say. Darling, huh? Okay then, let's get going. You know, my waistband's been getting a little loose from all this walking I've been doing with you lately. I doubt there's been that significant a change in a few days. Let's see here. You just looked at my breasts, didn't you? Perv? No, I did not. I looked at your waist, and then at your cat. Cat's breasts? Perv? Perv? Wait, is this kitty a boy or a girl in the first place? Yeah, just what I need this try and picture. Cat tits. It's male. Why do you know that? Because I looked. You looked, punk. What do you think we're looking at, punk? Rest assured there was no funny business involved when I was injecting. It's hardly important. Injecting? You gave this guy a vaccination shot, didn't you? Did Chizuru spill the beans? She made me promise to keep it a secret, but whatever. You're actually a pretty nice guy, aren't you? That's why I like you. Honestly, are there any words so hollow as a woman's just between the two of us? What's wrong, Yuji? Pipe down. Come on, let's get going. I'm telling you to wait. I mean, I'm the only one who even knows where we're going, right? This place really is relaxing, isn't it? In less than totally unpredictable development. The destination Michiru guides me to is the usual clearing overlooking the sea that we actually visited earlier in the stream. Same place. Why are you so attached to this place? Well... no reason. Even though you come here at every possible opportunity, you expect me to leave, you have no reason for doing so? Maybe no reason doesn't really cover it that well. This place is pretty, right? I can see really far. The air tastes good, and I can see a kitty meow here, and the sky seems really wide. So, well, yeah. I just like it here. I guess. I have the feeling that today I'm finally going to hear about whatever it is Michiru's been hiding from me. Therefore, as the girl hems and haws, I simply wait patiently. So as not let some crumb of truth blow away in the wind, I shield my ear with a hand and sit quietly waiting. Well, also, it makes me remember a friend. Michiru finally manages to just barely squeeze out some words. At the same moment, her cat gives a small cry. Whenever I come to this place, I remember a really good friend of mine. Not that anything happened here, but yeah. Is this friend of yours now a source of distress? Let's not talk about this, okay? Oh, so she did have a friend in their past that, I don't know, seems to be maybe a subject of distress, I don't know. Thanks. Arigato, the pretend dating's been really fun. But it also makes me kind of scared, being this happy. Spending every day laughing. Like, do I really deserve a life like that? I sort of feel like I should be huddled up in some little corner of the world instead, breathing real softly so no one notices. The black cat repeatedly circles around Michiru's legs in search of attention, but the girl's so caught up in her little monologue that she doesn't even seem to notice. Even if it's just pretend, going out with you makes me happy, Yuji. And I have Kitty Meow too. But there's also this part of me that keeps saying it's a lie. A dream. Maybe someday it'll just disappear. Like right now I'm just looking at the box from the outside. And maybe if I lift up the lid it'll be empty. Maybe there was nothing inside all along. That scares me. Have I been acting weird lately or anything? Am I being myself? Have I been able to be with you the way I normally am? That's kind of a weird question to ask, isn't it? I know that myself, but I'm scared. Hey Yuji, am I still me? I put a hand to Michiru's cheek and feel the temperature of her skin. The girl before my eyes is without a doubt the Michiru I know. No more, no less. But it's also true that another Michiru appears occasionally in her place. I don't know basically nothing about the girl. Not why she became this way, not what it means. And no matter how many pseudo dates we accumulate, I'm not gonna get closer to that answer. There are some places role-playing can't take you. You're you, same as always. There's nothing strange about you. I think I've told you this before, but you worry too much. Yeah? So I don't have to worry? I'm doing okay? I'm holding myself together? All of a sudden, Michiru's eyes are tinged with red. I'm stupid and all, so I can't really tell. Hey, Yuji. Do you think I'm stupid too? I got really happy over a bunch of stupid pretend dates. And probably ended up liking you. A whole lot. Pretty dumb, right? Must be a big nuisance for you. Not really. Is that a lie too? Don't get too paranoid of me, alright? Take this at face value. You're fine just the way you are. Just the way I am, huh? Wonder what that means. I'm not really sure. Michiru blinks rapidly, and a single large teardrop rolls down her face. No others follow. You know, when I went on dates with you, I was always thinking I wish this would last forever. If only today would never end. I mean, it might be a fake pretend date, but if a dream never ends, it's real, right? So I'm always scared of the end. But pretending has advantages. No matter what happens, you can pass it off as a joke. Nobody has to get hurt. Yeah, you might be right about that. But I'm still afraid of the end. Kitty Meow leaving me, Yuji going off somewhere. I'm scared that all my friends will just disappear. As the words leave her mouth, Michiru slowly squats down to finally pet the black cat at their feet. Somehow the movement reminds me of an elderly musician lovingly attending to their instrument. The more fun I have, the scarier it gets. Is this happiness even real? Maybe it's all just a lie, you know. I mean, I just don't know. I'm struck by a need to reassure Michiru. Setting aside my own complex circumstances and uncertain feelings, I want to do something for the girl crying in front of me. More than a little presumptuous in me, yes. But I simply can't bring myself to stay silent. You're not wrong, Michiru. Most things do come to an end, but that's... In that instant, her hand moving through the cat's fur, Michiru changes. I swallow the words that were about to leave my mouth and carefully observe her. That's what Yuji-kun? The girl before my eyes was no longer the Michiru I wanted to comfort. You again? You always show up at just the right moment, don't you? Michiru offered me a dry, unamused little laugh, then moves her arms carefully back and forth as if testing the parts that compose her. What's wrong? Something the matter with me? Anyway, I suppose I have to express my gratitude. Thank you for dating this girl. Seems you're not particularly honest about your feelings either, eh? Somehow it ended up in this messed up pretend date format, but she was very happy. Thank you. But you know, that's exactly why things are getting so messy right now. The girl seems to be even more serious about this than I thought. Oh, so yeah, this is the other Michiru. This is like the different personality we're talking to now. Puts on clothes like these even. A little too eager to please, aren't we? I suppose that's a matter of taste. Have to respect the effort she put in. But you know, isn't this kind of a problem? I don't follow. That's so? In other words, you want to reassure this girl, don't you? But that's only a passing whim of yours. Can Can you promise to stay with this girl forever? Never to leave her? To protect her for all eternity? Instead of answering, I squeeze my clenched hands a little tighter. It would be easy enough to object, but the girl's a point. Even now, you leave the school once in a while for work, right? How do you plan to ease the loneliness she's going to feel? Who's she supposed to cling on to the nights when you're not there? How much do you think she'll cry? Before it gets to that point, let's stop this. The game's over. The girl claps her hands together firmly. The strangely dry sound hangs in the air for a moment. The black cat alarm darts off from the grass. Michiru, my friend. Lacking a better alternative, I venture to call the girl in front of me by that name. You talk about the end like it's inevitable, but some things do last forever. Of course, the vast majority don't, but that's not a reason to give up looking. No matter how minuscule the odds may be, eternity does exist. It might take a borderline miracle to find it, but you can't deny it's there. Michiru twists her face after she's taken a bite out of a particularly sour lemon. Wouldn't have pegged you as the sort to come out with a line like that, Yuji-kun. True enough. I can't deny it. Nobody's going to argue miracles don't exist. But if you keep offering up these convenient little fantasies for her to lean on, she's the only one who's going to get hurt when it all comes crashing down. Unless you make a miracle happen, you'll just fill her up with empty hope and then let her down. Come on, isn't that a little too sad? From where I'm standing, even taking that gamble seems pretty cruel. The beautiful scenery, the pleasant wind, all of it seems to have abruptly drained of color and flavor. I can't find the effective response to her words. This girl wants to be with you forever, you know. I thought dating you would be for her good, but it seems I was wrong. I'm begging you. Please don't hurt this girl. I have no intention of hurting her, but when you're that afraid of getting hurt... As the words are leaving my mouth, Michiru's body language slackens and the expression on her face changes. I instantly sense that girl I know has returned. Yeah, if you get hurt that easily, then... I have to wonder if there's really anything we can do. Got a little dizzy there for a sec. Michiru grins brightly, but once she notices my grim expression, the smile quickly fades from her face. Her eyes full of uneasiness, she tentatively opens her mouth. Did I say something weird? Don't tell me it happened again. Her lips begin to tremble. It's obvious that the girl is genuinely afraid. She has the expression of a child who's looked down to a deep, dark well. It did, didn't it? Yeah, of course it did. It always does. You know, for some reason, whenever something seems precious to me, when I feel like I need it, it disappears. Once I start thinking like that, it goes somewhere far away. So it'd be better not to think those things in the first place, right? I shouldn't even hope for the happiness to continue. I shouldn't let myself dream. Instead of answering, I silently wrap my arms around Michiru and hug her tightly. A very abrupt action on my part, to be sure, but it felt like the thing to do. Michiru's breath catches in her throat. I can faintly feel her pounding pulse through her skin. Can't find anything to say to her right now. I don't know what she's gone through, where these anxieties came from. I feel suffering like it's my own. My emotions and hers seem to have rolled up into a hopelessly tangled mess. To be honest, I don't have the first idea to tell her. Or what to tell her. And therefore, guided by sheer instincts, I decide to come out and say something that's been on my mind for a long time now. This isn't the time for false happiness or hollow consolation. Right now, she needs truth. Michiru, my friend, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. You mind? What? I don't know what I should say to you right now, so I'm going with this. Hurry up and say it. It's not anything scary, right? Or depressing, right? Not sure. I'll brace myself. Okay, say it. Hurry. That cat. You're calling it Kitty Meow, aren't you? Yeah. You're god-awful at naming things. I'll say it again, you are terrible at naming things. What? What? What the heck? You say this now? At this moment? I mean, of all times to, what? Weren't you listening to me? I didn't know what to tell you, so for the time being, I decided to say something that's been on my mind for a while. For the time being? Are you for real? I mean, just now. You're kind of, well, What? The timing might have been somewhat odd, granted, but they're sincere words. Try to calm yourself, alright? Of course I'm not calm. For crying out loud, what the heck's going on in that head of yours? I really can't make sense of you, Yuji. Please! Michiru laughs, a hint of cheerfulness returning to her voice. Her deeply sorrowful expression gives way to the same straightforward smile I saw yesterday. I deliberately chose to play for time. As a temporary stopgap measure, I've simply shifted the topic away from potentially problematic subjects. I don't know if it was the right decision, but I didn't want to make some half-assed, insincere promise just to bring Michiru momentary reassurance. It'd be easy enough to lie to the girl and make her feel like the problem's been solved, but that should be genuine progress. Might backfire, possibly, in fact. And so I stalled her. I've put off the inevitable for now. I've decided that a little more time would be necessary to resolve this problem, and now I have it. Look, Kitty Meow isn't his name. Meow! It isn't, but you're constantly calling him that. I can't just call him Kitty, can I? He's always going meow, so Kitty Meow. So if he was a dog, it'd be Doggy Bark? That's right, I mean, I didn't want to give him a real name. Like I said before, everything I care about goes away before long. I didn't want that to happen again, so I mean, if I gave him a name, we'd have a real connection, right? Well, I guess she did. That explains it, but there's no harm in naming the animal. I should reconsider. I mean, we're already calling it something, so doesn't it technically already have a name? Kitty Meow? He won't just disappear when I give him a name? Not impossible, but it strikes me as exceptionally unlikely. Let's see here. Rommel is a nice ring. No way! Hey, what's with you anyway? You're always saying that the Rommel thing. It's not cute in the slightest, you know? Cuteness is a requirement? I see, I'm too used to thinking of names as purely practical signifiers, I suppose. In the first place, what's a Rommel supposed to be? A general? He doesn't have to be a general, okay? Rommel's off limits. Some general nobody knows from a hole in the ground would just be... Hold on, woman. Rommel's no hole in the ground, listen up. Rommel was an officer from the German army known as the Desert Fox for... Don't care, it's not like I want to know Rommel's life story, alright? I mean, Desert Fox? This guy's a cat. Yes! If you're that opposed, I guess there's nothing for it. Alright, how about this one? Irwin. Irwin? Actually sounds kind of cute. I like it. That one sounds nice. Officially somewhat longer. Irwin, Johannes. Irwin, Johannes. Eugen Rommel? Friggin' Rommel again? Right then, all joking aside, go ahead and name him as you see fit. Easy for you to say. How about this? Michiru bashfully rubs her thighs together and speaks with a clear hint of embarrassment in her voice. Meow, maybe? What do you think? It's shit. Shut down instantly? Meow's good, right? How'd you arrive at this name? Walk me through the thought process here. You know, because you're always saying Rommel this, Rommel that. Must be attached to that name. Not in the slightest, it was just the first thing that popped into my head. I was going with Kitty Meow, so I thought Meow Mel might be good, maybe. Dude, a name can be anything, really. What matters is the fact that you're the one who named it. As of today, that cat belongs to you. Okay, then it's settled. Well, Meow Mel? You like your new name? Huh? Ignored? I doubt I could care less. By the way, just to be on the safe side, you know? For reference, I want to ask, well, what do you think of the name, Yuji? Be honest, okay? Totally honest. How many times are you gonna make me repeat myself? When it comes to naming things, you're utter shit. That's too friggin' honest! Come on, are you for real? Meow. Well, whatever the name, there's no changing what's already been decided. Alright then, why don't we head back? Can we hold hands? Alright, they're holding hands. Maybe you can piece together a world that belongs to you alone. It's up to you what gets included. Yeah, you're right. Usually two someday. Alright then, let's get going. Lyudmila Pavlichenko. It's Meow, remember? But I'm not changing it, huh? Hey, you Meow, don't answer him. Come on, seriously. Jeez. Oh no, I know. I'll give you a biscuit, okay? Now get attached to me. Get even more attached to me. Oh, you like the biscuit, huh? Yeah, you do. Good boy, good boy. Scratchy, scratchy. Today, Michiru obtained a new piece of herself. But we can't forget that none of her problems have really been resolved. Still, the girl's begun to walk on her own 2 feet, if only within the bounds of a make-believe fantasy. As for myself, the words of the other Michiru still weigh heavily on my mind. If eternity doesn't exist, what can I do for a girl who wants something permanent? Easy enough to sulk and say it's all Mia's in the end, but that mindset will never even crack open the door to her world. Save. Overwrite. End of the RPG. I didn't know we were playing an RPG. So we will continue from this some other time. I will for now just leave it here. So thanks for dropping by everyone who did.